What is going on, guys? It is Corey Alexander Kent. Thank you so much for stopping into the video. This is me wrapping my car, and so this will kind of show you whether or not you're willing to take on the project of wrapping your car. I personally think that you should, because it's going to save you a lot of money, but with a lot of time invested into it, you are going to have to sacrifice that end of it. But when it comes to that, it's a really cool skill, and I think you guys are going to love what you see here. The car came out amazing. I did do some other modifications as well, and overall, it was a really fun project, and I appreciate all the support on the shorts. I was uploading every single day of each part of the process, and all the progress that I made, and I really appreciate all the support. And for that, let's jump into the video. Don't forget to hit like.
All right, I'm back, and today is officially day 0 of not knowing how to wrap my car and figuring it out. So step 1 of wrapping your car is cleaning it. So we're gonna pull this back, we're gonna get the soap set up, we're gonna get everything good, and we're gonna get it nice and clean. So first things first, I'm gonna rinse off my car. I just want to go over what I was gonna be doing today. So normally I use the Brilliant Finish Snow Foam, but for this instance, since we're gonna be doing everything, I'm gonna be doing the surface prep, so I can go ahead and clay bar the car, and then I'm gonna get everything like completely cleaned off as best as possible, so that we can get everything, you know, into the bodywork section and start like really, you know, getting it nice. Because everything that you see like on the surface right now, you're gonna see through the wrap. So you gotta make sure you got a good clean surface, or else it's not gonna adhere right, and it's also not gonna look very good. So let's get it started. I know what you're thinking, like, man, he spent a lot of time just like spraying off the car with just water, but at the end of the day, as much as you can spray off with the water itself, whether it's a hose or a power washer or pressure washer, on any of that kind of thing, the less that's gonna be on the paint when you go to actually scrub everything down, so it causes less chance for anything to swirl or scuff up the paint. Now we're gonna be adding our soap into our mixture. So like I said, next step is now the clay bar. So we got everything scrubbed down, we got everything rinsed off, and now we just need to go through every surface where there's gonna be anything, whether it be like wrap touching the car. We're gonna want to go through and do a clay bar. I have a synthetic clay bar from Griot's, and I'm gonna be using their ceramic speed shine as just like a lubricant. And then yeah, it is a little bit hot out today, so I'm having a hard time like keeping up with it drying on the paint. All right, so everything's cleaned, wiped down, clay barred, ready to go. Now the next step is for me to pull the car back in, and we're gonna take off everything that doesn't need to be on the car and clean underneath and clean the part itself. So now it's gonna be kind of a more tedious part. I'm gonna time lapse over most of this, and then that's why I haven't took out and dumped out any of the buckets of soap and water yet, because I know that I'm gonna need to clean other parts that I just can't reach at the moment. So yep, let's get that started and get on with it.
Oh my god. Dude, this is insane. This is like concrete in here almost.
Feels like, but it's just dirt.
Dude, this has been just piling up in my freaking rear canard. I'm glad I didn't turn the water off. The other side's not as bad, but similarly as bad.
Like 8 screws and 6 push clips later, I have all the canards off, both the fronts and the rears, for both sides. Now I need to go through. I need to take the front bumper off, and I also need to clean underneath where the canards were. I'm just gonna cut forward and do all that because I don't wanna sit here and bore you with any more just like time-lapse footage. All right, here's the current status that we have going on right now. We've got the bumper taken off, cleaned up. There's still a little bit of edges I need to take care of. I'm gonna go through and do some body work on some of the more rough edges. I gotta go through with the rubber tool and get all the double-sided adhesive off. I've considered taking the wing off, but I think we're gonna rock with it on, and it should turn out just fine. Just based off of how much struggling I was doing to try to get it off, it's just not happening. So that's staying on. Next, we gotta hit the door handles and the side mirrors. I gotta get those taken off. So now I gotta kind of dig into the interior a little bit. So I'm gonna take the door panels off on the inside, and then go ahead and get the mirrors off. I do want to take the hood off just because on both sides I need to touch up the edges here, and just throw some primer on there just to keep the bare metal from rusting underneath. It hasn't started yet, but I'm gonna hold off until I have a partner, like somebody to help me, because taking off a hood by myself kind of seems like a bit of a undertaking that I'm not willing to risk with a brand new windshield I just put on. So I'll do what I can right now. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at this point. Here's me. Yep. Other than that, everything's been going pretty smoothly. And yeah, here's how we're looking. Okay, so here's where we're at right now. A little status update. I have the mirrors off now. I got the door panels off, got the top trim off, and then tomorrow we got these top edges. They're a little rough. I think at some point somebody repainted this car, and so I just got to go through, smooth off these edges, and then throw some primer down so we don't have any bare metal. And then I will show you here what else we got going on. So tomorrow I got a little bit started on the scuffing up, getting the process started. See if like somewhere like there, I'm gonna have to kind of take it down with some 400 grit, get that nice and smooth, and then same thing, so slap some primer on it. Same thing with the mirrors, gonna get some primer on those, get those good to go. We should be pretty much sorted, like you can see in the light here. Got some scuffs I wanna get taken care of and get it nice and good again. And then same thing with like the bumper fascia. You can see kind of on this top edge, it's almost as if they, I think they repainted or something at some point. So yeah, I'm just kind of going through, feathering off those edges and getting it nice and smooth again. What upsets me is I think they painted the bumper at some point with the lip on, which sucks. So it's got a little bit of like a live edge here, but that's okay. Nothing I can't figure out and get sorted. And then once we get everything how I like it and where I want it at, and nice and smooth, then we should be able to start getting everything cleaned up again and ready to be put into white for the wrap. So yeah, that has been day 0 of figuring out how to wrap my car. Never doing it before. So yeah, I guess we'll call the series like learning how to wrap my car. I don't know, something, we'll figure it out. But for right now, I appreciate y'all. And yeah, I'm going. Hello, welcome back to day 2 of wrapping my car, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. Today is prep day. We've gotten all the panels off the car that we need to, besides our fenders. We actually have our hood propped up against the wall over here, and the fenders just need to come off and get the final prep on some of those and a little bit of body work. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a lot of sanding and a lot of tedious work today, so let's get after it. Let's have a quick hit, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if that's any better or not, but this is where we're at right now. We have everything sanded. I did a 400 grit just to get like a lot of the big scuffs and scrapes out of the lips and all the stuff that's kind of taken a beating over the last year or so. And then I stepped up to the 800 grit just to get it like feathered out, any of the like bigger scratches that I made from the actual sanding. Right now I got every part that I'm gonna be like painting with some primer just to get a nice smooth finish on everything sanded. And now I'm gonna get everything primed up and painted for the stuff that's off the car. And then next step is going to be getting the car for the parts that are on the car, like the fenders and the hood, get the passenger side fender cleaned up a little bit, get the, I have a little bit of orange peel when I painted the fender last after I hit a deer, so I want to get that taken care of, square that away, get that nice and smooth. Where the actual spats were, I want to get those smoothed down and cleaned up, and then touch up the edges on the hood and the fender. I'll show you here. So on equal sides of the hood and the fender, where they were touching, they kind of chipped the paint off a little bit. So just to keep some bare metal covered up, I want to get some paint on there so that doesn't rust. And then other than that, tomorrow will just be like final fit and finish, getting everything perfect, sanded, and put back together how it needs to be, double-sided tape, anything like that, so that when I do put the wrap on this week, all the smaller parts are gonna go first just to get those out of the way, and then we can start working up towards the bigger parts so that we can start putting everything back together, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, by the end of the week, we should have a finished car. And I do have a secret for you guys that I'm gonna be doing alongside wrapping the car, and I wanna keep that a surprise, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, all right, so here's the state of things right now. Got the front lip, the side mirrors, and the spats all in a coat of primer. I didn't have room to do the front bumper yet, so I wanted to hold off. I'm gonna go eat lunch, let this dry for about an hour or so, just so I can set it off to the side, but I don't have to worry about it getting tacky and catching anything. So in the meantime, I think we should be all right to let this sit and do its thing. Besides, it's not gonna be perfect. At the end of the day, it's gonna get sanded again and wrapped over, so it's not like I'm doing a $1 million paint job here. Just trying to get it good enough so that it you know, it's decently smooth underneath the wrap and doesn't look like ass. Like I do have some runs going here in the primer, but it doesn't really matter too much because at the end of the day, I'm still gonna sand it back and get it pretty much smooth how I want it. The real big next step is getting the car sanded up. You can kind of see some of these points right here, and some of those spots right there are a little rough. If you come up to the front fender, really hard to tell on camera, but I can kind of show you with just the feel of it that, you know, it's a little rough. I don't know if you can tell. And then we do have a little spot. Where'd it go? There it is. Little ding. Not too sure what I want to do about that. I do have some body filler. If I want to go crazy on it, I may just say screw it, to be honest with you. Just take a little dab of some primer because it does look like it may have gotten into the bare metal there. So I don't want to get any rust spots. I do got to go through whoever, you know, painted this did not do a very good job. This whole top edge right here, it's definitely like where they painted at because it's all just like peeling and cracking. There is, I noticed, where'd it go? I'll find it at some point. There was actually like a really big run in the paint somewhere on the door here. I'll try and see if I can find it again. Right there. Right there. There's a run in the paint that I had never noticed until today. So, gonna probably go over that to get it looking good. And then the same with back here. Like it's almost like a live edge is the best way I can describe it. Where like the paint, it's not so bad on this side. It's flaking off a little bit, but especially on this side, you can kind of see it where it's just like flaking right off. So not good, but we'll make it right. Get that all sanded down and pretty so that when I go to put the wrap on, get everything all good. Should look, you know, as best as I can do it. I've been certainly game planning how I want to go about wrapping this because getting this wing off has proven to be a huge challenge. Yeah, I thought that I could do it pretty easily, but just from everything I've read online and, you know, struggling for quite a bit, I don't think that's coming off. Just is what it is. And yeah, I was considering doing something unique up here, and it might sound a little weird, but I was considering wrapping the glass on the sunroof the same color as the roof, so that almost gives the illusion of a slick top. I'm just not too sure how this rubber seal will hold up to that, and I don't know, it's just an idea. But yeah, I would say that's pretty much day 2, or that's pretty much day 1 of learning how to wrap my car and having no idea what I'm doing. In the meantime, appreciate you guys' support. This is day 0 of working on my car. Day 2 of wrapping my car and having no idea what I'm doing, just figuring it out. So today we are sanding things and getting them prepped for when they get wrapped and then put back on the car. So basically it's the same as yesterday, except we have already painted. So pretty much it's more tedious work. Biggest difference between today and yesterday is we're gonna actually clean the car. So it should actually like be pretty much good to go and ready for when my car gets wrap on it. It won't have any like nasty grossness on it underneath the wrap. Big COVID energy right now, but I just don't like breathing in dust. So today we're gonna do 1500 and 1000 grit. I'm not trying to make it perfect, but I just don't want to like have any nasty runs or anything stupid in the paint. So the sanding part is pretty much done for all the exterior bits. Now I just want to get the surface cleaned down. And just take some ceramic speed spray and get this all cleaned up. Get all the nastiness that was on my hands from when I was taking stuff off the car, and you know, get it pretty much good to go. It's official. It's time to start using the wrap. So my thought is wrap the smallest stuff possible. So that way if I mess up, well, it's only a small mess up, so it should be fine. So all this stuff on the table and on the floor I'm gonna do, and hopefully it turns out alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. So last night I stayed up really late because I was actually kind of getting the hang of wrapping parts, and I was kind of learning stuff as I went. So this is all I accomplished. A lot of hours of like figuring stuff out and like taking wrap off, putting wrap back on, and starting over. And like, yeah, there's certainly some spots that are not that great, but also there's moments of greatness that I see on like the door handles, and I'm like, dang, my car's gonna look like that. So it has me really excited, but I stayed up till 3 in the morning struggling, and I'll show you here why. So these mirrors are really hard. I couldn't figure them out, so I'm gonna actually cheat and go on YouTube and figure it out because it was making me really mad. But right now, I'm tired, so I need to make me some coffee. Family. Always 3. You gotta see the technique here. This is where the magic happens right now. Once you see it come back, that's how you know it's good. And then mix it up to get that perfect ratio. A lot of people talk about being man enough to admit when you've made a mistake. Not enough people talk about being man enough to admit that something is actually hard. This isn't no movie magic here. So yeah, am I watching a YouTube video on how to do what I said I was gonna figure out? Yes. Did I also spend 4 hours trying to wrap one part? Yes. It's okay to know when to admit defeat.
Alright guys, so
after a lot of struggling, we have one mirror done. You know, from 5 feet, it looks great. Just please don't look really close, because otherwise it looks not as great. But it's done. And this is our final product for the end of day 3. We have all the mirrors, all the spats, the door handles, and the front bumper finished up with the lip on, ready to go. Welcome back, my name is Corey, and this is day 4 of wrapping my car, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Today we are actually wrapping my car. So like anything that's like attached to my car is actually getting wrapped. So for today we're gonna work from the front backwards, because I want to be able to get the front bumper back on and the headlight back in. And then from there, we're just going to see where we end up. We have a whole day of working, so let's get after it. And to whoever the fart smeller was that decided that it would be a good idea to put your wrap on the floor jack to make it easier to move around, thank you. You're actually smart. All right, we're back. Passenger side fender done. There's a couple of small spots that like I'm trying to work out, but I think with some heat and some time, they'll kind of work themselves out. Besides, it looks way better than what the fender looks like underneath anyways, so it's a win in my book. I did cut my thumb, so yeah, I'm gonna take a lunch break, let this heal a little bit, and then we're gonna get back to it on the driver's side. My name is Corey Kett, and this is day 4 of wrapping my car, and I have no idea what I'm doing. The big goal for today is to remain calm. I thought we got a little bit more of a chill outfit today, because yesterday, this trash can was over there, and then I kicked it. So you might be wondering, how are you gonna do that? How are you gonna chill out? You know, what's the goal for today? So today, we're gonna be doing a little bit smaller projects, because yesterday, I tried to wrap the hood, and then the vinyl ripped twice. So I gave up on doing the hood, and I decided to wrap the wing, and then the vinyl wrapped when I was doing the wing. So I'm gonna move on, and we're gonna do other projects in the vicinity of the car. I never took the lock cylinder off of the car for good reason, because the last time I took it off, it took about 2 hours to put back on, and I'm not doing that again. So we're gonna wrap it with it on the car, and then I'm also gonna go through and wrap the little like door handle cups as well today, and then whatever else we have time for. So I haven't talked about this at all on video, but right now I'm gonna be painting my wheels in silver. I'm gonna actually grab the color here. Ugh. So this is gonna be Duplicolors Hyper Silver. Hopefully it shows up really well on my Nismo V2 wheels. But yeah, so far I've taped and prepped everything. Took a little scuffing pad, scuffed it all down, cleaned them all up. They're pretty much perfect. I just need to lay down a layer of paint and see how they turn out. I think this will really complete the look with the new wrap and everything. Right, so we just threw down the first light coat. We're gonna give this about 5 minutes to dry, and then we're gonna go over and we're gonna give it a nice medium coat, and then we're gonna go over it with a heavier coat just to make sure we got everything, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the barrel. Hopefully we have enough in one can to be able to do the barrels, but if not, I wanna make sure to get the faces done first.
And all right, this is how it's looking. Got everything all finished up, got everything painted. Just showing you some glamour shots, getting some of the wheels in the sun. Looking really good. Getting a little artsy here. Here's how the car's looking like so far. It's coming along nicely. You got some little sections all wrapped up there for you. And yeah, here's it with the wheels on coming up here. Bam. I'd say it's looking pretty good.
Hello and welcome. My name is Corey and welcome back to day 6 of wrapping my car, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. Right now, we have very little left. We're actually kind of getting on the back half out of the project. So the only thing that we have left are the side skirts. The driver's side door, the roof, the bumper, the back bumper, and the rear quarters. And then we are good. So right now we're gonna jump into the driver's side door so that we can go ahead and get the mirror back on. We can get the door handles back together, and that should be all squared away. And then we'll go back and work towards the rear and get the rear quarters squared away. Start over here. I think actually real quick, I'm gonna get the fuel door done, just so I can get that out of the way. Simple, easy little tiny circle, and it'll be done. And I can use my scraps, because I got a lot of scraps that I need to get rid of, so I can do that really quick, and it won't take that much time. Back to day 7 of wrapping my car, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. We have some sad news. All right, we got to get into this. So basically, I'm running out of wrap, and I still have a lot of car to do.
So as you saw from day 6, I did everything in the rear end, the trunk, the wing, the rear bumper, the gas cap, and the rear spats are all put back together. The only problem is my rear quarters still don't have wrap on them, and that's how much wrap I have left. So I also need to do my side skirts. So we're gonna do those today, and then hopefully the wrap shows up soon. I'm gonna be going on a trip for 5 days, so I'm gonna be gone. And by the time I come back, hopefully, fingers crossed, enough wrap shows up that we can finish the car. And also maybe redo a couple of spots that I'm not necessarily too proud of. Especially like my mirrors, which, you know, they look okay. Just don't, like I said, look too closely because they don't really look that great up close. I'd also like to maybe possibly redo the front bumper if I have enough. But the main focus is gonna be today, getting the side skirts finished, so then I can go ahead and get the front spats back on. And so, yeah, that's where we're at right now. So don't forget when you're wrapping your car that typically, like, wherever you're gonna be working is gonna be dirty just because of how much you're gonna be running around. You know, life, there just is dust everywhere, and you don't want that under your wrap. So make sure that you do a good job and use some isopropyl alcohol because it'll actually evaporate rather than like a cleaner of some kind. Just some isopropyl alcohol right before you throw down the wrap. And also make sure that you like properly clean everything beforehand. Like this, I'm not too worried about making it perfect on the inside because nobody's gonna see it except me. So kind of just doing what I can. There was some, what's it called? PBF, really old PBF on the inside of the door here that I just could not for the life of me get off. So I'm gonna leave it like this and then wrap right over top of it. All right, here we are, end of day 7. And we have the side skirts completely done. Got the front canards back on. And the other side. And yeah, we're about to head out for the night. This is how she's looking. I'd say like, I'd give this like 3/4 of the way done. I don't know. But yeah, that's where we're at. What is going on, guys? It is Corey Alexander Kent, and we are finally back with the final episode of Wrapping My Car, even though I have no idea what I'm doing. So, I know what you're thinking. It's been forever, right? And that's because we've been waiting on this. So as of right now, all we have is this side and the other side of the car to do, and we'll be fully finished up. It shouldn't take too long, fingers crossed. So yeah, let's just time lapse these and knock it out real quick. All right, so we got this side done. Now it's just gotta get to the other side. So for this side, I'm literally just gonna do some video magic and, all right, now we're all done. Well, it's official. My car is all one brand new color now. And I think the only right thing to do now is take some glamour shots. Now, before I do that, I want to just talk real quick. This is Corey Kent wrapping his car, having no idea what he's doing. So there are going to be parts that, you know, I'm not entirely proud of, and I'm definitely going to go through and redo, but I've certainly learned a lot over these last few videos, and I really appreciate all the love and support. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the clips.